A lot of brothers was struggling in the United States with getting the kind of woman that they wanted or felt that they deserved. A lot of sisters was telling brothers, "You're ugly, you like your breath stink, you're too broke, you're too short, or you're too corny." And a lot of black men, hey, that kind of information hurt. They said, "Listen, we not worried about you. We're gonna go ahead on and try something different. And we're gonna go about our merry way. Since, hey, you say you don't really want us, or maybe you do want us, but I feel like I'm worth more." So brothers got on the plane, brothers went to the DR, brothers went to Thailand, some brothers came to the continent, some brothers went to Europe. Lo and behold, all of a sudden they got a new life. And brothers started documenting their experience. Now, in the 80s, a lot of black men were not doing that. It was kind of on the low, especially some of our upperclassmen in the community. They was going over to Brazil and things like that and just having a great time. But now, once it got publicized of what was going on, a lot of sisters started to clap back at black men enjoying their newfound love and freedoms in these other countries. And a great YouTuber had this situation happen to him the other day. You might know him as Ronan the Traveler. He's a brother from New Orleans, and he frequents the DR quite often. Now, he got an email from a concerned sister about you black men who go over to the DR. And this is what that email said.
I got an email from a sister. Now, look, I get a lot of emails from brothers, way more from brothers and men in the travel community, but I also get emails from women. Even though my channel is mostly about men, now it's 98%, but a lot of women watch it, man. They watch it. These are my, when you're saying 98% out of the 100, these are people who are subscribed. So many women watch the channel and they send me, look, this is crazy. Before we get to this thing, man, I get so many crazy things from women, man. Y'all wouldn't even believe it. Women watch my story times and they want to come meet up with me and all this. And I get the kind that's like this email I'm about to tell you, man. So what she said was, I wrote the key. It was long. I ain't going to all that, but the key thing was, how are we as black people going to really build our community? First, they said, this is the only thing she had with the Passport Bro movement. She said, how are we as black people going to build our community if you keep telling men to leave? And she says, I think a lot of you guys are only leaving because you're color struck. I'm like, color struck. So I'm looking at this. So I say, you know what? Maybe this is a good topic to talk about with the guy. She's saying we're leaving because we're color struck, colorists, and that we hate ourselves. Now, she was very nice. She wasn't trying to be like humbuggish and stuff. So here's what's starting to happen. I see a lot now. It looked like the pro-black community is coming into the passport community. And they're coming in and they're putting their 2 cents into our community while we're leaving. And I was very nice with her and I answered her back. And I told her what I'm about to tell you now. These are my reasons. And I have to tell her, Jack, I don't owe no loyalty to the community.
Now, again, that's very interesting. Black men are going over to the Dominican Republic because they want light women. They want mixed women. You see, the reason why they do it is because they are, done with the brown and dark skinned women, completely absolving the other issues that they may have with dating in the black community. But Ronan the Traveler came with a really good comeback for this lame excuse.
To me, skin color don't have anything to do with it, because in America, just in the black community, not even going into white women, Latinas, whatever, just in the black community itself, the so-called black community, we got every skin tone you can imagine, from light, bright, damn near white to jet black. We got everything. So if it was about color, if it was really about skin color, you don't have to leave America at all. You can get anything you want in America. We got every skin color, every nationality. You don't have to get on a plane. You can't get your passport. I understand. You could date any kind of woman you want. And I'm gonna tell you what the problem was with this chick here. We can go anywhere. But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you about me. I got tired of a few things in America, man. This would made me get my passport. It wasn't about no cooch. Listen, I've been swimming in cooch since the early 90s, man. I've been swimming in cooch. I've been able to do this my whole life. I got a few things. It's not hard. I don't know why people try to put like getting cooch in America is so hard. It's just is easy. I mean, you can't get cooch in America. I mean, it's at an all-time, it's at all-time highs everywhere. Anybody can do that. But what the problem is, a lot of brothers are going through, we're tired of the feminism. It's the things that happen.
In America, there is the most light-skinned black people, black women, anywhere I believe in planet Earth besides Brazil. If you wanted to date women that have exotic features, you can go to New Orleans, you can damn sure come to California, you can damn sure come to Florida. We got black women looking like every different nationality and breed in the States. You ain't gotta go to DR to find that. So what's the real reason then? Now we gotta be honest, Dominican Republic, yeah, they do have a lot of admixture because of slavery with the Spaniards and the Africans. So yeah, a lot of women do look, light. But they do have a lot of women who look just as black. Look at Amara La Negra, for an example. She's Dominican. Look just as black as anybody else. But hey, brothers think she's sexy, right? So Ronan the Traveler started to pull up several brothers on the screen to really talk about their experience. And if this is the real reason why they're doing it, let's check out the first brother.
Nah, man, I don't believe the majority of men in the movement are color struck at all. Like, if you on the island, especially in like DR, you see the majority of guys are going after like the Haitians, the darker women. They don't even really be going after the lighter ones, after the mestizos like that. Actually, it's a whole thing that goes on where guys say the mestizos, they feel like those ones are stuck up, but those ones go, they could just be asking for the money. They'd rather be with the dark ones. So that's a whole thing. But you do have your guys that do got their preferences when it comes down to women. Like, a lot of guys probably pattern themselves after like the NBA players or, the artists, and they want to have that same experience that they see on TV. So they go after the mestizos because some of them can't get the ones they want. Not to say they can't get white women or Latin women in America. They can't get the Instagram model looking one. They get the busted looking ones in America. So I don't think they color struck at all, man.
Let's check out brother number 2.
Well, you know me, I'm always pro-black. Even here being in Panama, the girl that I'm dating, she's half Colombian and half Panamanian, but she's dark-skinned. So, and that's what I like. That's my flavor. Any place that I'm even when I go to Japan, I'm looking for the the darkest Japanese girl or the one that at least caters towards the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's really, as you said, it's really about the attitude. We're just looking for a better treatment, and also we're also trying to get out of the matrix and all of the pressures that's going on in the matrix. But if we could find that that better treatment in America and also, a cheaper cost, then of course a lot of us is going to want to, keep our roots there. But since, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of attitude going on in America, we're starting to move elsewhere where, the pressure isn't as heavy.
And let's check out brother number 3.
So look, all right. Did you move to Sasua for light-skinned women? or you move for a peace of mind?
And see, this the crazy thing. All my daughters is your color.
Yeah.
Every single one of my daughters is your color, right? My ex is from New Orleans. I've been dealing with black women from dark skin to light skin to mix with Mexican my whole entire life. That has nothing to do with it. The bottom line from the dark skin to the light skin to the mix is the treatment. It's the entitlement that they have. Like, we owe them something because they're a black woman, because we have a black mother, we have black daughters and all this other, all these other black women involved in our family. I have a black granddaughter that's lighter than you, right? So that has nothing to do with it. It's just like you said that they did such a great job of removing the black man from the family that now it's they hold all the power. And if
Mm.
you're an alpha male or you out here working and trying to take care of your kids and stuff, you're not gonna keep dealing with somebody that you got to deal with power struggle with. It's not gonna happen.
You see, guys, we can't get around that all of these black men, when they go to the DR, of course, if a woman is good looking, she's good looking, right? I feel you. No doubt about that. But what else are we not looking at? And that is this. The fact that a lot of brothers want to change the pace. Listen, I'm in Africa, Uganda. I love African American women. For me, it's just like anything else. But I would have to say, when you deal with someone in another community, it is a change of pace. There is some things you can appreciate from a community where a woman is taught to respect men a lot more versus dealing with a woman that may not have had her father in the home and might not know how to deal with you as a black man. And you know, when you might have had your father and mother in the home, I know that I did, even though my dad was on drugs. I had my father, I had my grandmother, I had my grandfather, so I know how I need to behave as a man. But this is not the case with certain ladies in the community that may not know that. So when the black men go to the DR, hey, when they see the Haitian sisters and they see the darker ladies, hey, they're dealing with them just as much as they do with anybody else. Why? Because they feel like those women are beautiful. Now, of course, we do have black men who are colorists, and that's true. You know, we see it in the NBA. You know, we got the black men, even like Deontay Wilder, that got their chicks as Filipinos and stuff like that. You got your Paul Georges that do interracial relationships. You got your Kyrie Irvings who got a mixed chick. All of those things are true. But if you look at most black people, they're usually brown and dark skinned in America, which means that most black men like dark and brown skinned women too. So, well, then what's the reason? Then it's the treatment, okay? The treatment of a woman is the most important thing to a man. Look at all these ladies getting BBLs. They have big butts, breasts, could be real or fake. But a lot of them have a hard time getting a man because they don't really know how to behave, how to cohabitate with a man, so it's difficult. But when you're in a place where a woman understands that, not to say that she's perfect, hey man, it's not gonna matter what color she is, you know, because it's how she treats you. And a lot of black men want to be treated like somebody. Let me tell you something. It wasn't until I went to Poland, this is gonna be weird, where I actually felt that the women were actually, for the most part, not toxic towards men. This is not to say that all black women are like anything. For sure they're not. But as a culture, I'm like, man, these people actually speak and say hello. I'm like, you know, if you open a door for somebody, you ain't gotta worry about, you know, somebody getting an attitude. And not to say that everybody does this in America, but the overall culture, I can see why a lot of the brothers that were coming from, you know, Africa, or even some of the brothers coming from the States, why they wanted to date these women, you know, on average. And that's something that we don't really look at. You know, when you're in a place where you don't feel like there's a gender war, are the women like strongly dislike you for whatever reason? Yeah, it's different. Because you're like, damn, I know I could be treated like this as a man. Like, I don't think I deserve this. I'm gonna be real. Now again, I never dated nobody in Poland, but just, you know, the friendliness of some of these women in Poland. I told you the first day I got to Poland, there was a woman that I actually felt if I would have really got her phone number, your boy would have sold out. Just because of, you know, the demeanor of the lady. Now, I'm not to say that she was gonna be mean or rude. She could have been a killer, I don't know. But the demeanor is like, okay, this is different. You know, not to say it's perfect, but it's different. You know, a lot of times when we're dating in the black community, both men and black women, we make things so difficult, things so hard to get along. You know, we do that and, you know, our guards are a little bit down. And then when you go to another place, you heard the one brother say, look, I don't even want to date in the States no more, okay? I'm just there to take care of my business, get my money up. I'm going back to the DR. And almost every man 100% feels like that. I don't care how much money you make. You know what I mean? If you experience that, you want that around you. And black men deserve to be loved too, you know? A lot of black men work so hard for their money, take care of their family, doing things. It's almost like we feel like you don't deserve somebody to be nice to you. You know, even little things, a woman to pour your a juice in a cup, that might not seem like much. But that's something women do. Even in Africa, women will do that. Women will fight you about serving food, washing dishes. I used to wash dishes all the time. True story. I have not washed dishes in like 3 years. I only washed them when I lived alone when I was in Europe. Other than that, if my maid don't do it, or if I have a lady that friend that she does it, you know, can I get you something to drink? Can I get you some water? Can I get you this? Can I pour you this? Can I fix this for you? No, you sit there, let me prepare it for you. Versus you pay all the bills in America, somebody tell you, you better go get your own goddamn food. You better pour your own drink. You better go ask your mama to pour your drink. Now, come on now, what man, if you taking care of a woman and you spend all your money with that lady and that's the attitude that you get, and before coming here, I would have thought that was okay. Well, shoot, let me go, you know, take care of her while she on the couch and get my own goddamn food and drink. But whenever she need me to do something, I need to jump up and do it. That's not a way to live life, man. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, L. Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of Fair Use. I'm out.